Skylanders Cataclysm recently released Update 2.0, ushering in the Frosted Prison and its ghastly inhabitants. Maledictus, the latest boss in the mod, awaits those who are brave enough to step into his frozen domain. The Frosted Prison generates very rarely in snowy biomes. One can locate this stronghold with an Eye of Curse. Use it as you would an Eye of Ender, following its path to the structure. A single eye is all you need, as it has infinite uses. This extensive prison includes towering peaks and subterranean chambers. While exploring, players should look out for pots, hazardous icicles, and chests harboring end city tier loot. Let us quickly cover the structure's focal points. The second highest tower has a wither skeleton skull. The blacksmith and storage areas are underneath the same tower. The blacksmith room has anvils, coal blocks, and black steel blocks. The storage section has a variety of things, but mostly consists of hay bales. Right around the corner is the common room. A brewing stand and a chest are kept here. The structure's lowest level holds the prison and boss chamber. The prison is high risk and low reward. It's swarming with enemies, and there are few chests here. The grandiose door across the hallway leads to the boss chamber. A wither skeleton skull is placed above the door. The balconies on either side hold 4 recessed chests, and another skull is hidden underneath the cursed tombstone. The spirit of Maledictus resides within this tombstone. We will circle back to this in due time. For those of you who want to get to the boss ASAP, allow me to guide you to his dwellings. There are 2 entrances, thus 2 routes. The first starts from the main entrance. Take the first left, leading downstairs. You are now at the prison's upper level. Go right and follow the stairs down. Upon exiting, you will be placed in front of the boss's door. The second route begins at the back entrance. Meander your way up the stairs and pass through the gate. Go left, go down the stairs, take 2 rights, and go down the next set of stairs. This lands you at the main entrance. Follow the first route from here. 3 basic enemies and a mini-boss occupy the Frosted Prison. Draugr is the weakest one you will encounter. It wields either a black steel sword or axe. The sword users deal 9 HP, while the axe users deal 12 HP and disable shields. Upon death, drops bones, rotten flesh, 0 to 1 black steel nugget, has a 2.5% chance to drop 1 black steel ingot, and a 10% chance to drop its weapon. The black steel crafts into a tool set, shield, and is a crafting component for Maledictus related items. The tool set is on par with iron. The durability, however, is 3 times higher. The black steel targe works the same as a normal shield. It has 2.5 times the durability and doesn't block the user's vision as much. The elite Draugr is an archer and swordsman. It swaps to a black steel sword when in close proximity. Sometimes it will use their crossbow to hastily swat enemies, dealing 5 HP. Upon death, the elite Draugr drops similar items and their amounts to that of a normal Draugr, with the exception of different weapon drops. The royal Draugr is a warrior clad in prestigious armor. It too wields either black steel sword or axe. Sword users deal 10 HP and axe users deal 13 HP. Their targe remains hoisted to block attacks. A brief opening presents itself when they strike. Using an axe disables its targe for 5 seconds. Upon death, the royal Draugr drops identical items and amounts, the same story as the elite Draugr. Afterganger is a juggernaut boasting unprecedented strength. The Frosted Prison is home to 6 of these behemoths. A few are positioned in unpredictable spots. The mini-boss possesses 2 abilities, first one being an overhead swing that sends out 5 waves. The axe hit deals 18 HP and the waves deal 8 HP. They reach roughly 40 blocks before dissipating. Its other ability is a charge that suppresses a target and forcefully thrusts them in a direction. This deals 27 HP if the target is crushed against blocks, otherwise it deals 18 HP. The collision with blocks dislodges pointed icicles from above. Catching them with your head is a great way to lose all your health. Oh, and for you information junkies, the charge distance is approximately 50 blocks. The mini-boss will heal to full if out of combat for long enough, keep that in mind. Upon death, Afterganger drops bones, rotten flesh, 2 to 4 black steel nuggets, and 1 to 2 black steel ingots. An extra tidbit of information is that all 4 mobs drop their head when killed by a charged creeper explosion. Afterganger's head can be animated with a redstone signal. With all that covered, we can turn our attention to the boss. The recommended equipment for Maledictus is as follows: Protection 4 netherite armor, power 5 bow, golden apples, black steel targe, ender pearls and or speed potions. Mobility is key to achieving victory in the upcoming battle. Simply right click the cursed tombstone to resurrect the Phantom General. Maledictus has a rage bar displayed underneath his health bar. Each successful melee hit fills the bar by 1 notch. His damage increases per notch. I'm unsure by how much, and also if it's a flat amount or percentage based. Additionally, his rage will slowly drain after a certain amount of time without landing a melee attack. The boss cycles through 3 weapon types, depending on the situation. The 2 melee weapons have a few basic attack patterns and have unique abilities tied to them. His main weapons are the Phantom Maces. The basic attack deals 18 HP and is increased to 31 HP at max rage. There are 2 abilities tied to this weapon. Rupturing Descent is performed when Maledictus dive bombs onto his target, creating shockwaves from the impact's sheer force. The center deals 32 HP while the shockwaves deal 20 HP. Max rage damage is 42. The other ability is Archaic Resentment. Maledictus consumes his entire rage bar to use this. He lifts up one leg before violently slamming his 2 maces into the ground and letting out an enraged yell. This deals 35 HP every time, regardless of how much rage was consumed. The general's secondary melee weapon is the Phantom Halberd. Just like the maces, the basic attack deals 18 HP and 31 HP at max rage. This weapon also has 2 abilities. Warrior's Lunge is used when the boss dashes through the target. This can hit multiple times while passing through. Subsequent hits deal negligible damage, but they will stack rage. Deals 24 HP and max rage is 33. The other ability is Thousand Pierced Fall, which has 2 identical versions. Maledictus soars into the sky to then swoop down onto a target. He manifests as halberds in a large area, damaging the player multiple times. The landing deals 32 HP and summoned halberds deal 11 HP. Max rage numbers are 42 and 15 respectively. The boss remains grounded when performing the second version of Thousand Pierced Fall. He also hits twice before manifesting the halberds. Damage is 25 HP, 22 HP, and 11 HP in order. Max rage is 39, 34, and 15. Maledictus will swap to his Phantom Bow periodically, more so when he is far from his target. Each shot fires 4 arrows, curving towards the player. He will use his bow in the air and when on the ground. Deals 20 HP if all 4 arrows hit. Max rage is 25. His final ability is Shackled Plummet. The boss readies himself to lunge forward, hoping to grab the player. If it connects, he will suppress them, fly them into the air, and then slam them back down. The grab damage is 7 HP and the slam is 41 HP. Max rage is 15 HP and an unbelievable 67 HP. Other information you should be aware of is that the Phantom General can dodge attacks by jumping backwards. The circles around his wrists indicate the severity of his next attack. They also indicate whether it can be blocked by a shield. Green means it's blockable, orange means it's blockable but will disable the shield, and red means it's not blockable. This is the only Cataclysm boss that doesn't have a second phase. And to wrap it up, Maledictus will regenerate to full if out of combat for long enough. His rage bar will slowly deplete as well. Sending the accursed one back to his eternal solitude will reward you with 3 to 4 Cursium ingots and possibly his boss theme music disc. The cursed tombstone reappears at the location of his summoning. After 3 minutes, Maledictus can be brought back once again. The Cursium ingots are a crafting component for the Annihilator, Soul Render, Cursed Bow, and the Cursium armor set. The Annihilator is the boss's mace. It deals 7.5 HP and inflicts more critical damage. Dual wielding them and right clicking for 2 seconds charges up a miniature version of Archaic Resentment. This deals 15 HP in an AoE. The Annihilator is unbreakable, enchantable, and upgradable. Combining the weapon with an Ignitium ingot within the Mechanical Fusion Anvil creates the Emulator. Normal attacks count as critical strikes if the target is afflicted with a Blazing Brand effect. The dual weapon ability is now called Flame Strike. In total, deals 15 HP in the center and 40 HP on the edges. Inflicts Blazing Brand with each tick of damage. After 5 ticks, the target's armor will be completely removed, as each amplifier of Blazing Brand removes 20% of their total armor. Oddly enough, the range of Flame Strike is smaller than the non-upgraded version. The Soul Render is Maledictus' Halberd. It deals 15 HP and reaches entities and blocks from further away. Releasing a held right click performs a combination of Warrior's Lunge and Thousand Pierced Fall. The dash distance and number of halberds corresponds to how long right click is held before releasing. The initial hit deals 15 HP and the summoned halberds deal 12 HP with each tick of damage. Shift right clicking will instead summon a higher quantity of halberds in a small circle around you. The Soul Render is unbreakable and enchantable. The Cursed Bow fires 3 arrows, each one dealing 5 HP. Using status effect arrows will fire 2 arrows instead. Take note of the spread pattern of the 3 arrows compared to the 2. They cover a wider area. The bow is unbreakable, enchantable, and upgradable. Combining the weapon with Sandstorm in a bottle within the MFA produces Wrath of the Desert. It simply shoots 3 cursed sandstorms, dealing 6 HP per twister. This bow doesn't require arrows, and the twisters swirl back to the first mob hit to greatly increase the chance of each twister hitting. The twisters inflict Curse of the Desert for 5 seconds, inverting the entity's movement controls. Players are only affected by this debuff. It doesn't work on mobs. The Cursium armor includes all 4 armor pieces. A unique smithing template is required for the upgrading process. Ghost Vision is embedded into the helmet. Pressing C will activate it, marking all nearby entities with the glow effect. This reaches up to 25 blocks in a circular radius. The effect lasts for 7 seconds. The chestplate has Undead Revive, which is more or less a built-in totem of undying. A lethal blow triggers it, placing the user's health to 5 HP and granting them the Ghost Form effect for 5 seconds and fire resistance for 10 seconds. Ghost Form bestows invincibility and speed during its duration. Afterwards, Ghost Sickness is inflicted for 6 minutes. The user cannot revive during this time. The leggings have Ghost Dodge. The user has a low chance of completely avoiding damage. The probability increases if the attack is a projectile. The boots have the Ghostly Weightless perk. This reduces fall damage and allows the user to conduct a backwards leap by pressing V. Your feet must be touching the ground to use the ability. I did some testing with the fall reduction. Here's what I found out. No damage is taken from a 10 block fall. A 73 block fall is the max survivable distance. With Feather Falling 4, this number goes up to 138 blocks. Adding Protection 4 increases it to 195 blocks. Wearing full Prot 4 Cursium with Feather Falling 4 allows the player to survive a 346 block drop. Each piece is unbreakable and enchantable. Allow me to insert a friendly reminder that configs exist for this mod, which is great for those of you who want to tweak the mod for quality of life purposes, or just to mess around with the settings. If you're hungry for more, check out my previous Cataclysm showcase. It covers more structures, mobs, and bosses. The link to that video along with the mod links are in the description. Thanks for watching, like the video, subscribe, and consider becoming a channel member. You'll be put on screen along with these lovely people. And as always, Criminals, stay snazzy.